You know that feeling, right? You come home after a long day, you light a candle, and just let that amazing scent, maybe it's warm vanilla, maybe it's fresh lavender, fill the room. It's one of life's simple pleasures. But have you ever stopped to think about what you're actually smelling? Well, the answer might surprise you, and it all comes down to a choice between two very different things.
See, when it comes to scented candles, that beautiful aroma almost always comes from one of two places: a fragrance oil or an essential oil. Now, they might sound kind of similar, but trust me, they come from completely different worlds. So, what's the deal? To really get it, we have to go right back to the beginning, to where they come from.
It really all boils down to one fundamental difference: what's cooked up in a lab versus what's pulled directly from nature. Okay, so first up, you've got fragrance oils. These are 100% synthetic. They are masterfully engineered in a lab to either copy a natural scent like a rose or to create a totally conceptual smell you could never find in nature. Think winter wonderland or ocean breeze. The base for these is often a petroleum byproduct, which then gets mixed with a whole cocktail of chemicals to get that final perfect scent. Then, on the complete other side of the spectrum, you have essential oils. These are pure natural extracts. I mean, they are literally the essence of a plant, pulled straight from its leaves or flowers or bark using physical methods like steam distillation. And what that means is there are no chemical solvents involved. You're just getting the pure, concentrated plant. So, there you have it, the lab versus the plant. And this single difference in where they come from, it leads to some pretty major distinctions in what's actually in your candle, and more importantly, what it does for you. So, let's break that down. All right, we know where they're from, but how do they stack up against each other when you're actually trying to decide what to buy? Let's look at three things that really matter: transparency, any potential benefits, and of course, the price. Now, this first point is a big one. When you light that candle, do you have any idea what chemicals you're releasing into the air in your home? Because with one of these oils, the answer is a pretty loud and clear nope.
And this is where we hit a huge wall with fragrance oils. Their formulas are often protected as trade secrets. What that means is the companies don't have to tell you what's inside. You're basically left in the dark about the specific chemicals or solvents you're breathing in.
Next up, benefits. A fragrance oil has one job, and one job only: to smell nice. It's a great mimic, but that's where its function stops. Essential oils, though, they can do more. Because there are direct plant extracts, they carry the plant's natural compounds, and those can have real therapeutic effects, which you've probably heard of as aromatherapy. So, how does that even work? Well, when you inhale an essential oil, you're not just smelling something pleasant. You are literally breathing in the plant's actual chemical compounds. These can then interact with your body to do things like ease stress, lift your mood, or maybe even help you sleep better. It's not just perfume, it's biology at work. Now, that lack of transparency we talked about, it does raise some concerns. Since fragrance oils are synthetic, they can contain a whole range of artificial compounds. When you burn them, they can release things like phthalates and parabens into the air. Some of these are known as endocrine disruptors, which is just a fancy way of saying they can mess with your body's hormones, while others can be allergens or even affect the nervous system. Okay, so with all these potential concerns, you might be asking, why would anyone choose a fragrance oil? Well, the answer usually comes down to one thing: cost. Lab-made fragrance oils are just so much cheaper to produce. Think about it. Creating an essential oil takes farming, harvesting, and a really intensive distillation process. A single bad harvest can make prices skyrocket. So when you buy an essential oil, you're paying a premium for a natural product and all its potential benefits. So we've covered a lot of ground, from the lab to the field, from trade secrets to aromatherapy. Now let's pull it all together so you can make the best choice for your home. Think of this as your ultimate cheat sheet. On one side, fragrance oils. They're lab-made, the ingredients are a secret, they only provide a scent, and they're cheaper. On the other side, essential oils. They come from plants, you know exactly what's in them, they can offer aromatherapy benefits, and yeah, they cost more. It's a really clear trade-off, right? At the end of the day, there is no single right answer here. It all comes down to what you value most. Are you looking for a huge variety of unique scents at a lower price? Or are you prioritizing natural ingredients, being transparent about what you're burning, and the potential for some wellness benefits? So, the next time you're shopping for that perfect candle, you're going to see the label in a totally new light. You'll know the difference between what comes from a lab and what comes from a plant, and you can decide for yourself what truly matters to you.
The only question left is, what are you gonna choose?